8 Bvlgari Tiger alternatives, all your questions answered. Let's go. Hello. My name is Nixon Dias and you are watching Smelly Cat, and I'm bringing you a very exciting video that I've been waiting to do for quite some time now. It has been requested by a lot of you as well, so hope you like it, hope you enjoy it, hope you share it with a lot of people, and also if you haven't done it yet, hit that subscribe button. Today we are going to talk about 8 different Bvlgari Tiger alternatives. Now of course I don't have access to all the Bvlgari Tiger alternatives out there. Even though I have access, I can't just go out and buy everything because I bought all of these with my own money. So I don't want comments like why is blue cheetah not in the list, or why is yellow jaguar not in the list. These are the ones that I have. These are the ones that I have been wearing over the last few weeks actually. If you follow, if you're part of the groups that I am on Facebook, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see that at least once a day I try using one Bvlgari Tiger alternative because I've been testing it over the last few weeks. And before you ask, yes, I have compared it with the original. I have 2 decants of that. Just couldn't afford the full bottle. I know what you're going to say, instead of buying 8 different alternatives, why not buy the real thing? But this was more of a trying, comparing, putting out a video kind of thing rather than owning it, and most of them are actually quite close. I also have a couple of local brands from Dubai, and I haven't put them in this list because they're not easily available outside. Just talking about them won't make sense for you guys. So what I'll do is, instead of getting into details for each of them, I'll just answer questions like which is the closest, which has the best opening, which is the cheapest, which is most value for money, which has the best dry down, and so on. So that way any question that you have is answered, and then it doesn't get really boring for you to find out differences. Plus it's they're pretty much all the same. There are slight differences. Just getting into each one of them, getting into details, is going to be boring for you as well. This video is going to be really long, so you know what, I'm talking too much. Let's move straight into seeing what those 8 fragrances are. Turathi Blue by Afnan, Qiam Silver by Lattafa, Black Panther by Alexandria Fragrances, Junoon Oud by Haramain Theoreme by Rue Broca, which is a sub-brand of Afnan, The Key by Navitus Parfums, Panorama by the Woods Collection, and Oud Leopard by SAP or SAP. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to answer quick questions. What I'll do is not just pick one of them. I'll pick 2 or maybe 3 that fit into each category or answer each of those questions. If there aren't 2 that I can pick, then just 1. So let's move straight into it. The one with the best opening for me, it is Haramain's Junoon Oud. This has a beautiful bitter grapefruit opening. The others do as well, but there's something about the Dahnal Oud in this one that makes this opening a lot richer than the others. And the second one with the best opening is Alexandria's Black Panther. They've done a really good job with the opening of this one. No alcohol blast, doesn't feel cheap, just a nice, bright, zingy, fresh opening. Which one has the closest opening? The first one is Alexandria's Black Panther, almost there in terms of the opening. Can't put a percentage on it, but this is very, very close, almost identical to the decant I have. The second one with the closest opening is SAP or SAP's Oud Leopard, almost exactly like the original. Doesn't try to do its own thing. Later on in the dry down it does, but when it opens up, that fresh burst is exactly like Bvlgari Tiger. Which one has the best dry down? First, it is Haramain's Junoon Oud. It's that rosewood and the Dahnal Oud in this that just makes it magical, makes it so much more than just an alternative of Bvlgari Tiger. Definitely has the best dry down. And the second one is SAP or SAP's Oud Leopard. Again, there's slight woodiness to this, and I think that's the reason both The Al Haramain and this one have the best dry down. It's because they add a little more to that woody base than just ambroxan. Which one is the freshest? That has to be Rue Broca's Theoreme. This has a nice fresh sparkling opening, but it doesn't last. That opening doesn't last long. It's there for a few seconds and then it starts moving towards a slightly more musky direction. Second, we have again Alexandria's Black Panther. The opening, like I said, is exactly like almost exactly like the real thing, and that's why it's very, very fresh. Which one's the woodiest? Again, Al Haramain's Junoon Oud. This, like I said, it has this Denal Oud and rosewood in the base. There's a reason it's also in the best dry down category. That Denal Oud and that rosewood just make it so much more woodier and more enjoyable. Second one is SAP's Oud Leopard. Again, these two, both Al Haramain and Oud Leopard, were in the best dry down category. It's also in the woody category, or the woodiest ones. It's that woodiness, like I said earlier, that gives it that amazing dry down for these two. Which ones are the muskiest? The first one I would say is Afnan's Turathi Blue. It does have that musky feel. Starts off quite fresh, but then there's slight musk that takes over. That musk slightly takes it to that Bleu de Chanel territory. That's why you see a lot of people saying that, you know, this is like a hybrid between Tiger and Bleu de Chanel. I don't feel Bleu de Chanel, but they're not wrong. Yes, that muskiness does tend to take it slightly towards that Bleu de Chanel territory. There is a strong use of musk in this one. The second one is Lattafa's Qiam Silver. Again, this, like the Afnan, has a bit of that musky feeling along with that ambroxan and all of that, and that musk is really smooth, which is why it doesn't have that zing and that pop and that it's an internal joke, that zing, that pop, that fizz that you expect from this DNA. Musk is nice and smooth, although not my favorite use for something in this DNA. But if you like musky fragrances, the Afnan does it a little better, but this one is musky as well. Okay, quick break before we move on. If you haven't subscribed yet, I'd strongly suggest you do so. I do a lot of these videos like this. If you are enjoying the video so far, a thumbs up would really mean a lot to me. And while you're at it, hit that bell icon as well, so you don't miss more videos like this. Let's move on. Okay, which is the closest overall? Again, it is the Alexandria. This is Black Panther. Very, very good job in terms of matching Bvlgari Tiger. Very, very close, this one. Closest, in fact, among these eight. There might be something closer to Bvlgari Tiger out there, maybe in a different price range and all. But this 30 ml that I have, and I've tested along with the original, this one comes closest. The next one that comes close is Panorama from the Woods collection. Very, very similar to Bvlgari Tiger again, but there's a drawback. I'll talk about it later. I was just going to tell you what it is, but I think I'll keep it for the question that I'm going to answer in some time. Which one's the most different overall? First, I would have to say it's this one. You know, I've already said it 2 or 3 times. It's got that Denal Oud, it's got that rosewood, it's a lot woodier. And even though the grapefruit at the start is beautifully done, this one does its own thing from the start itself, which I really appreciate. It just makes it such a better scent, and I enjoy wearing this a lot. It might not be exactly the same as Tiger, definitely in that same territory, but it also does its own thing with the Denal Oud and the rosewood. The next one is Turathi Blue. This one as well, like I said, has that additional musk that, you know, makes it slowly move into that Bleu de Chanel category because of that muskiness, and that's why this isn't exactly the same as Bvlgari Tiger, but again, it's not like it's doing its own thing completely, and that if you're looking for a Tiger alternative and you buy this, you're going to be disappointed. Nothing like that. Tiger alternative, own sort of musk, slight difference, but it's not as close as the others. I'm going to put a third one in this list. It's going to be The Key by Navitus Parfums. Now, The Key doesn't start that close to Bvlgari Tiger, although you know, when you're using it, you know that the direction it's going to take. It starts off slightly different from the get-go itself. It's got somewhat the same elements that the freshness comes in this one, if I'm not mistaken, from the lemon and orange, but again it does that bitter freshness in the start with that ambroxan slight woodiness, but it does it in its own way. So for that reason I'm putting a third one there. Again, very good scent, very good scent, this one, but not exactly like Bvlgari Tiger, and maybe that's what they were going for. Okay, which one has the worst performance, the worst projection, sillage and all that, the longevity and all just sucks? That one is the Woods Collection's Panorama. I mean, it's so close, and like I told you before, you know, there's something missing in this one, which is why it's not one of my favorites, although it's very close to the original. Just for some reason doesn't last on me. I thought it's maybe just this bottle, the first few sprays. I have a cousin who has this as well, and he's, I think, halfway down this thing, and even his bottle doesn't last. And mine was purchased here, his was purchased in India, and it smells exactly the same, just doesn't last. And for that reason, I've not put anything else in this list as well, because there's quite a significant difference in performance from this one and the rest. The rest, even though they don't perform, they'll be, you know, quite similar to each other. So this is the only one that stood out in terms of performance. I'll be lucky to get like 2 or 3 hours max from this one. From the worst performing one to the best performing one, first is Haramain's Junoon Oud. This one is making it into every category, right? But yes, it has very good performance, above that 10-12 hour mark for sure, which is unheard of if you were to see with this kind of DNA. But they've done it with that woodiness, with that Dhanal Oud, the slight Dhanal Oud, and with that rosewood. And for me, this is the longest lasting one. The second one in terms of performance has to be SAP's Oud Leather. This is also one of the most expensive ones here on the list. I've heard that there are good deals outside the UAE on this one, but over here it's slightly pricey, although it does perform well, and you've already heard about it in the previous questions that I've answered. So if you're looking for something long lasting, this is slightly lesser than the Haramain, but again, it's in that 8+ hour mark. Best bang for your buck, best value for money. There's only one scent that I've put into this category, and that is this one. It's Theoreme from Rue Broca, which is part of Afnan. Now I've done that because this is significantly cheaper than everything else I have on the list, especially for me here in Dubai. This is around 69, I think I bought it for 70 or 79 dirhams. You can get it for even cheaper. It was around that 70 to 80 mark when I bought it. Much cheaper than everything else on the list by like 20 to 30%, and smells quite good as well. So if you're looking for bang for your buck, it's gonna be this one. Now, what does all of this boil down to? Dixon, what is your favorite? Right? I'm sure you have this question in your mind. Enough of these lists. What is the one that you will choose? Now, I'm going to say these are my favorites, and you may have different favorites based on what you're looking for. Maybe you're looking for better projection, maybe you're looking for a better opening, maybe you're looking for something closer, maybe you're looking for something different, maybe you're looking for something really cheap. So based on that, you're going to pick your favorite from what I told you earlier. But my favorites are, first, Haramain's Junoon Oud. I'm saying, how many times did I say Dhanal Oud and how many times did I say rosewood in this video? It's just that woodiness. It's so classy. It doesn't seem cheap. There's so much depth. It doesn't seem light. It doesn't seem like a scent that was, half done. Just that woodiness. It's robust. It's strong. It smells expensive, much more expensive than it really is. And for that reason, my favorite, it's a joy to wear. Honestly, I find myself wearing this a lot. And for that reason, this is my number one in terms of my favorite. Second one is actually a tie. I can't choose between them. There are two fragrances that come on second rank for me personally, of my picks of my favorite. And the first one I'll say is Alexandria's Black Panther. Does everything right. I really like this packaging as well. I like this UK packaging. I think in the US you don't get this. From the UK, if you pick this up, you get this black and gold plaque. Simple, does the job, great sprayer, good performance, smells very close, has a beautiful opening, does nothing wrong. It's one of the best out there. If it wasn't for the Al Haramain and that little difference that it brings in, I would have picked this one, but this is a joint second. The other one on second spot is Afnan's Turathi Blue. This was my first first Bvlgari Tiger like alternative in my collection. Definitely one of my favorites. I can't really pick and choose between this and the Black Panther. I mean, there are some points like you've seen earlier that are different in terms of performance, in terms of the opening, in terms of the scent profile, or the scent itself. But this one again is going to be my pick overall. In terms of what I'm looking for from the scent. It does a really good job, and I'm very happy with this purchase. And that's it. We're at the end of the video. Hope I've not confused you even more. I mean, look at this, take what you have to from this video. Hope it helped you make a decision. So if if you're looking for performance, or if you're looking for something closer, I hope I've answered those questions so that you know which one to pick. Again, I would suggest that you try before you buy. But if you really can't do it, I hope that this video has helped you. You know what to do: like, share, subscribe, hit that bell icon, and until next time, keep smelling amazing.